so far, here's what we have. We have an application that looks like this, and we can add posts, and then we can also like and unlike posts. And the final functionality, which we're going to do today, is to delete a post. Just to see what it looks like. Here's the final thing, and we can delete things, and that's what we're going to do today. It's very similar to liking, so hopefully everyone can follow along. If you want, you can actually try to do this without me, and then you can do it with me. But let's get started. So the first thing is to put in that delete icon, just like we put in the heart icon. And we're going to do it the exact same way. You can go to GitHub. You can see there is going to be a delete icon there. And we're going to import it and display it in the blog post component. So let's import the delete icon from assets again. And then the delete icon SVG, and we can actually, I'm going to save a second here and copy everything from this image and put in this image, and now we're going to delete this guy because we're not doing that quite yet, and then this is just going to be the delete icon, and this can also be, I just didn't say that much time because everything's different. And we want the same styling. So let's check that out, see what it looks like. Boom. There we go. But now it doesn't do anything, so we're going to hook up some functionality. So first, let's go back to the blog post. And just like here we have an on like, we're going to have an on delete. And you guessed it, we're going to call it on delete handler. And then we're going to implement it up. We're going to implement it up here on delete handler. And it's going to take in an ID just like the liked one. And instead of liking one, we're going to want to delete a post. But first, let's remember to hook it up over here to an on like. You can copy this guy, paste it down here. But instead of on like, we want it to be on delete. So now when we click on this image on the X, on the red X, we're going to delete it. And now what do we want to do? We want to take the post that has this ID and remove it from the current state. So let's implement that in the delete post handler, on delete handler. So we can do this in one line. We're going to call the set posts function, and then take the previous posts, which is the current state, and we're going to call filter. And I think one of the things I had a harder time grasping when I first started learning JavaScript was like when to use the filter method, and then we've seen map a few times in the project, when to use the map method. So actually I think I'm going to post a video kind of talking about that. But so here we want to use filter. What filter does, just briefly, filter takes goes through an array of objects and only returns certain ones that meet the criteria. So you've passed in a true and false statement, and if it comes back true, then that element will be returned. Whereas map returns every item. It does function. That does something to every item. So here we want to use filter because if the ID of the current post equals the ID we passed to the function, then we don't want to return it. So we want to return every post except if it's equal to the ID passed into the function, and that's it. And remember, with an arrow function, we can, if it's all in one line, it's an implicit return. It's an implied return, and we don't actually have to write return. So what this is doing is this is returning every post as long as the current ID does not equal this ID. Because if it equals this ID, then that's one we want to delete, and we want to take that and remove it from the state. So let's save that, and now go back to our app. And what it should do is it should delete post if we click on it. So hopefully it works. Let's see. Oh, it worked. Now I can add new post and delete that post, and all is well. Thank you guys so much for sticking through all 6 parts. I love my crew. Please try to like and subscribe if you enjoy my content, and I'll try to put some more stuff out there. You can feel free to leave comments and suggest and ask questions and suggest topics, and I'll talk to you next time. Take care.